Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing just fine. I have a video for you guys today that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've been wanting to talk about when Forza Horizon 6 is going to be announced. I have a feeling that it should be released already this year. Why I think so, I will answer just in this video. Well, sit back, we're going to start. Forza Horizon is what unites us as fans of racing, cars, beautiful routes, and exotics of all kinds and types. And it doesn't matter whether you like American classics, German car industry, or Japanese. It's got it all, and everything you could possibly love, and everything an auto enthusiast could possibly like. This is the original goal of the game, to give us, the players, a cool experience from interacting with the auto and the awesome feeling of driving it. That's why the game engine is borrowed from its big brother Motorsport. Well, that's all true, yes, but the fifth part I think we're all getting bored with it. And here it is not clear even then. Either this part outlives itself with its monotonous seasons, or from the fact that we do not get a particularly large new content. Rather, all the content and modes flow from one part to the next. I think it's more about what we, as players, who have already seen and played more than one Horizon, just already understand the concept of the next part. Even the 10th part, we know in advance what will be there. Hence the feeling probably that Horizon is boring for us. But when you get bored with something and you still like it, you want to update it. To update it, like a cell phone. It gets outdated over time, you have to get a new one. And here we come to the topic of the video, Horizon and the next part, where, when, and why. My personal prediction. The game will be announced this summer and released in the fall. Why is that? Look at the release dates of all the Horizon series. All parts are announced in the summer, and then released a couple or 3 months later in the fall of the same year, in late September, October, or as the 5th part in early November. The development time for all the first 4 parts took 2 years. That is, every second fall the series was supplemented with a new part, which made us all happy. But the 5th part took 3 years of development, and it was released in November 2021, 3 years after the 4th part. This November 2024 will be exactly 3 years since the release of Part 5, so I have a prediction that we will see a new part this year. Plus, I can motivate my prediction by the fact that in the meantime, there are new games that are just rivals Forza Horizon. I mean games like NFS Unbound and the Crew Motorfest. Speaking of which, if you don't get into the essence of the game, but just look at it by screens or some gameplay, it reminds of a half-brother or a twin of Forza Horizon 5, and soon we'll see the new Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. As far as I remember, it's coming out this year already. No specific information, but this year nonetheless. But I think, if you've been following this game at all, and how it's trying to get released, you know very well that it's more of a long-term project that's been in production for a long time. So, seeing the competitors and analyzing them, and I can say that all of them have tightened up in the time since Forza Horizon 5 was released. I really hope that the developers will want to add more new content, modes, and of course new cars. Because without them, a racing game will never be a racing game. And it's all about showing who's the best and remain the #1 racing game in the world. What have we got? Let's summarize. This year, Horizon 5 turns 3 years old. That's how long it took to develop the 5th installment. All parts of the series were announced in the summer at various gaming events and exhibitions. And a few months later, the games were released. And don't forget about the growing competition in the world of arcade racing. Those are my top 3 facts in favor of the game coming out this year. But then again, it may not be true, but agree everything is very similar to the truth. I also really like the development with the CARPACKS. Not that they exist. No, don't get me wrong. I paid $100 for the game, and I don't want to fork out more $10 every month for 4 or 5 cars. No, I mean, the developers are extracting the last of the game's profit potential, and maybe they're spending that money on developing a future Forza Horizon. Or maybe they just don't care about anything and are sucking the last of our money out of us. Like Rockstar with their GTA 5 Online. Okay guys, let's get to an interesting topic, which I think will be as biased as possible. More of a fantasy, but I'll try to back up all my theories with facts. The place where the events of the 6th part will unfold, simply put, the country where this year's festival will take place. The map in Horizon is more than important, and an essential part of the game because so many players just go for a drive in their favorite car with their friends. Plus all the racing, which are or will be in the game. All of them have always been held on public roads where ordinary cars ride, if you do not start the race, and so, it was always in the series. So, here I have a few options for the next location. China, why him? Yeah, It's more than easy to see how much the developers loved Chinese cars and their addition to the game, given the fanbase's long-held wishes for Horizon to come to some Asian country. To displace the competition, I'm talking about the Solar Crown, which will be in Hong Kong, and also to make money from Chinese investors, and basically the car brands, and at the same time to finally give the audience an Asian country, and a map. So I think those are the three main reasons here why developers might turn towards China. So China and its endless car brands might be a priority for developers. Well, I think you know what I mean. Let's move on to the second option where the next location will be, and it is Japan, and unfortunately the most unlikely of all. Ever since the first or second installment of Horizon, it's been hoped that he would have visited Japan. The car culture, the atmosphere, the mountains, and a whole bunch of other things that just can't stay away if we're talking about a country like this. Country that's rich in water, rich in automobile brands and famous cars. I can see you looking for rarities, blue 240Z. It's a dream. But I think all of us, we'd all like to take a side-by-side ride one way or another on a mountain road somewhere near Tokyo. But there's one thing that breaks down any illusions that the next installment is going to take place in Japan. Have you seen landscape in Forza Horizon 5? No, seriously, that's the problem with this theory. Because the map of Mexico is all flat except for the volcano in the center of the map. Why is that? Have you ever thought about it? And it's all due to the appearance of a very popular The Eliminator mode in the fourth part. I mean, a lot of people think that's the only mode in the game mode. I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers and gamers out there who come in and just play the Eliminator. So in order to play Eliminator, it's preferably, of course, smooth more or less. A smooth landscape on the map, which is exactly what the fifth part gives us. Because the only place where you can get stuck is the volcano, the forest behind it in the canyon, and probably the jungle. Everything else is more or less smooth, and the suspension, with its arcade physics, will be to smooth things out here. It was very cool, because every week we had a new map. It looked very different every week. What country would you like to see in Forza Horizon 6? Write in the comments, I will read everything. And still, let's hope that the new part of Horizon will be released this year. I tried to tell you what I think about the next part. Its location. I won't say anything about the cars. I'll leave it to you to ponder in the comments. And in general, write what you think, whether there is logic in my words and judgments. That's all. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click on the like button. Thank you.